guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I wanted to do a review and show you guys a look with the new Glamlite donut palette. This palette actually released I think a month ago. I believe it was like the end of July or like June, but it's been out for a while. But this was like a pre-order and then they were gonna ship it out I guess whenever they got it, or you know, you just like pre-ordered the palette on that day. I believe it is now available, like you can actually buy it and it shouldn't take as long to ship to you, but I'm not sure. But anyway, this is what the palette looks like. It comes in a really cute little donut box, so this is what it looks like. And then you open it up and you just get your donut palette. So as you guys know, the founder of Glamlite, she basically said that she created her makeup to be food themed makeup as a way to promote self-love and acceptance. After many years of being bullied due to being overweight, she decided to combine her love for food and makeup and stand up to fat shaming and bullying. So I think that's super cool. I know that Giselle puts a lot of work into her brand and she's super cool, and I just love everything that she puts out. And if you guys do want to pick up the palette, you guys can use the code GLAM15. It is not my personal code, it is just a code to get 15% off. So let's go ahead and get started. As always, make sure you guys are subscribed to my channel, turn on your post notifications so you guys are always up to date on when I upload, and don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoy videos like these. And without further ado, let's get right into the video. So I don't want to bore you guys, I want to get straight into the eyeshadows, so I'm just going to go ahead and make sure my lids are primed and I'll be right back. So outside of its packaging, this is what the palette looks like. As you guys can see, there's like little sparkly gems, but they're on the palette. And then you open it up and this is what the shades look like. And this is what it says right here, just says Glam Donut in the mirror. So I was talking to one of my good friends, Drea Pants, on Instagram, and she told me that the donut palette, she was kind of iffy about getting it because she thought it would look a lot like the By Lavos donut fun size palette. Well, the I Donut Care fun size palette. So this is what this one looks like. So I'm gonna leave it here for a little bit. So yeah, this one does retail I believe for $18. The Glamlite one I believe retails for $22. So this is what the palettes look like. Yes, they're very similar, but I feel like they're a bit different. Of course, if you already have one, you probably don't need the other, but I did want to quickly put that out for you guys. Alright, so I'm going to take a little bit of the purple shade, and this shade is called So Sweet. I want to make sure I'm focusing it in the outer corner. I'm just packing her on and dragging her as closely as I can to like the inner corner. But mainly just making sure first that that shade is packed on before I go in and blend it. Okay, so once I have that purple shade on, I think I'm just gonna take a like blending brush, and I want to use that shade called Icing, which is like the blue. Just gonna take some into like a little bit to just blend out that shade called So Sweet. Taking a little bit more of So Sweet and just making sure that it's as intense as I want it to be. Taking a little bit of the shade called Frosty, I'm just going to be adding that as well. It's a little bit lighter than the shade I added previously. going back in with a little bit of So Sweet, and of course you just want to make sure that the shades are blending nicely into each other while you're not blending the whole shade away. Okay, so now that we've gotten to this point, I don't really see a lot of fallout, which is pretty good, and I haven't really tapped off my brush at all. I kind of want to take a little bit of the shade called Grape, which is this shimmery purple, and I'm just going to take it on my finger and add that to my entire lid. The reason I like to use a shade similar to the lid shade is so that way I don't have to put a complete shimmer like on my crease. I can just like place it and it looks like it's on my crease even though I used a matte. So yeah, just taking that, and that shade is absolutely stunning. As you guys can see, I'm like zooming in a little bit more, but you guys don't really see a lot of fallout. It blends out really nicely, so I really like that. So I think that's pretty much it for the eyes. I'm going to go ahead now and curl my lashes and apply a quick coat of mascara. So I really like the palette so far. It honestly blended out really nicely. I think you could do like a pink look, a blue look, a even neutral look, because you have that shade called Chocolate, which is like a reddish brown, and you also have the shade called Maple. What's your favorite kind of donut? Mine would definitely be just the regular chocolate donut. I personally really like the long ones, like the ones that are a little bit longer rather than just like the regular circle donut. I forgot what those are called, but sometimes they have like cream filling inside and they're so good. I've literally had such a bad craving for donuts for the longest. I was thinking back to like, you know, like with everything going on right now, not just because of COVID, but what like a lot of people being trafficked, like human trafficking and stuff. And as you guys know, I'm a big fan of, well, I've always really been really interested in listening to true crime, because I don't know, that's just always been something that I'm like a really paranoid person. So when I listen to true crime, I just feel like it kind of puts me on like okay, I know what not to do. And like you always have to like watch your surroundings, but it's like that 1 second where I feel like you don't watch your surroundings that shit can go down like so quickly. The reason I say that is because I was thinking like, has there ever been something that I've done where like something could have went wrong really terrible? And yeah, like we all probably have done like really stupid things in the past, and if you haven't, like, go you, girl. Go you. But when I was probably like 11 or 12, I don't know if I was in middle school or in elementary still, but I just remember that one time, it was like the worst time too to be like going to Walmart, because it was like during like Christmas and stuff. So if you're Hispanic, you've probably heard of the novela RBD. They were like a really popular thing back in the day. They had like their theme song, Y Soy Rebelde, like it was fucking on and poppin'. I had all the seasons, and so I ended up loaning one. Like I literally owned all of the seasons, you guys, all of them. And then as I was leaving like from California to Texas, I decided that it was the perfect time to lend one of my friends all the RBD seasons, and like now I don't have them. Not like I have a DVD player that I could play them in, but at least I had them, and I could like I could buy a fucking DVD player. But now I'd have to like buy them all again on Amazon to watch them, because Netflix doesn't have all the seasons. I don't even know if they make them anymore, but yeah, like so I went to Walmart, that's my point, and it was during Christmas, and I told my mom that I really wanted, like, I was gonna tell my mom that like I really wanted this like RBD like cassette set. It came with like one of the seasons and like a CD player, like a CD, not a CD player, a CD. So as like I was going to the other side to tell her like what was the gift that I wanted, I just remember that I was going to tell her like what I wanted. I left my brother, because like me and my brother had gone to Walmart with my mom, and I forgot what he was looking at, but he was looking at something. It's not like his like priority was to take care of me, but it's also like he was looking at something and I shouldn't have been like leaving his bed in the first place. But I just felt like it was the most important thing to go tell my mom that I needed this CD like cassette set. So as I was going to tell her that I really needed this DVD and like show her what I wanted, because she wasn't gonna buy it for me that day. I think I was just telling her like as a Christmas idea. But I go to the other side of the store, not the other side of the store. So basically where I was, they had like and I don't know how your Walmart's built, but mine, on the other aisle, they had like knitting supplies, like, you know, like the yarns and like the little tools. And my mom used to knit back a lot in the day, so my mom really likes knitting, so she would always go to buy like new knits and stuff. So she went over there and I was like, cool. So as I see my mom that's like leaving, well, my mom was over there and I was like, I'm just gonna go tell her like that I really want this, right? So I go to the other side, like me like yelling mom, 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 mom. Obviously like that's going to alert someone that like I'm probably a lost child and that I don't know where my mom was. But that wasn't the case. I knew exactly where my mom was. I was just saying mom because she was kind of far away from me. So like my brother, like I said, he was kind of distracted with stuff. So I was just like, I didn't even care to tell him like where I was going. I just told him like, hey, like, well, I didn't even tell him anything. I just went to the other aisle. I saw my mom. And like, I honestly didn't even care. Like my mom literally tells me as I'm telling her about the CD player, like I'm like, Ma, like, and she's like, dude, like, what the hell? Like, where's your brother? And then so like I told her like, oh, he's on the other side. Like me just trying to get to the point that like I really wanted to show her what I wanted for Christmas. And she's like, you know that a man was following you, right? And as I look, like I turn around really quickly, because I guess in that time I was like, what is she talking about? And I just see like a really tall man in like a leather jacket. He looks at me, like I remember it clearly because I just remember like that, like I remember seeing a man, and he was kind of far already. He was kind of like down the aisle already because he had seen that I clearly found my parent. So obviously I wasn't his intended target anymore. But yeah, like he sees, I guess he saw that I saw my mom and he was already walking back. And I just see that he keeps like looking at me and like I guess like glancing back. And that's when it like hit me. Like it didn't hit me till I had already like gotten home, and I just couldn't sleep that night. Even though I was like so young, I was super paranoid of like not being near my parents. And like I obviously knew where my mom was. Like that's always been something that like since when I was little, I used to move a lot. I guess like I was always the most attached to my parents. By the way, I know this foundation is dark as fuck, but bear with me. So yeah, like I just remember that I like saw my mom, and you know, like I was like, damn, like I really was about to be on the verge of getting kidnapped. And like I'm over here like worrying about some CD player and like showing my mom this, when like this dude really was gonna take advantage of like the situation, thinking that I was like a lost child. So yeah, that night I just remember I couldn't sleep because I was like, I really am like so dumb, and like I really could have been in the back of like someone's car or never see my mom again if it wasn't for her. Like what if my mom really wasn't there? What if my mom really wasn't in that location? She could have went to go get milk or anything, but she was still there. She was looking at the knitting supplies, and yeah, like by luck she was in the exact same spot. I found her and I made it home. I guess till this day I'm like always like, damn, like you really can't like leave your kids alone or like think that they're gonna stay in that same spot because someone's always watching. I don't know, that guy probably wasn't watching me, but he was waiting for somebody to like be looking for their mom. And like, that's freaking crazy. I always think about it. Like, till this day, I'm just like, that is nuts. That people are really that evil. And I just remember that I was like still paranoid making it to the car, that like I could have seen him. Now I'm like, I think about all these cases where girls or like moms get like that feeling like that someone was looking at their kid weird, and like now I feel like people are becoming like less, like they don't really care as much about the like the gravity of certain situations. Like they're just willing to act on anything. Like now it really doesn't matter if like people are around. I've seen some of these videos and they really don't care if there's like multiple people around. It's all about like how quickly they can maneuver to do stuff, and they're willing to like do it even if it's like daylight or whatever. I feel like people are just not caring as much. So yeah, like I said, I know this foundation is a little bit dark, but once I put like the setting powder, it honestly doesn't look that bad. So I'm just gonna go ahead and contour. I didn't even know if I was gonna be able to do a full face. Just because I decided to film this kind of late. It's already like 9, but I was just like, fuck it. I'd rather do it kind of late and be able to edit during the week than like have to put out a video like the same day, just because I already have my videos. I like to have like my videos already ready by the day that I'm uploading. Usually if I edit like really late, or if I'm like filming on the day that I'm gonna upload, that video ends up taking me a while because like I have to watch my son, or like I have to run errands, and it turns into a whole big mess. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and set my face. But yeah, that's crazy. Definitely let me know if you ever had like any situations like that. That's why I always find like I guess like, especially when they kidnap someone, I'm just like, damn, like especially some people, when some people get like kidnapped, I just feel like if they don't find them within that time frame, sometimes like their family members just give up, and like, yeah, maybe they are dead, but it's also like you don't know that for sure. Until I find a body, I would never give up on finding someone that I really care about. It looks like I have like a mustache and stuff. Setting my face. I like to set with like a, sponge, and then I'll go in and like dust it off. So I'm just gonna use my Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer, and I'm just gonna take some of that on my brush. I like to focus on like this outer part just because that's kind of where I want to look skinny. I really need to lose my double chin. It's like that and my stomach are like my most insecure features. Like, but like, I'll go down, I'll go away, I'll put in the work. Alright, so now I'm gonna do some blush. I'm just gonna go ahead and use my Interstellar blush from ColourPop. Just really quickly. You guys can't tell I'm like rushing through this look because I don't know if my parents are gonna tell me my kid's ready to go to sleep anytime. So for my lower lash line, I'm going to take an angled brush and just focus on putting that shade So Sweet on like the very outer corner. And then I'm taking I'm just going to take a pencil brush and take a little bit of the shade called Frosty to kind of blend all that out. So now I'm just going to be adding a little bit of the Anastasia brow gel. I don't know guys, I wanted to go blonde, but I really didn't want to have to like lighten my brows because I was like, what if I don't like being blonde? But I honestly do pretty much dig it. It's not done yet, I'm just too lazy to bleach it. I might go a little bit lighter than this. It still looks very golden, but I kind of fucks with it some days. Other days I'm like, I really need to do it like ASAP. So I'm gonna take a pencil brush now because I have to do my inner corner, and I'm gonna be taking the shade called Glazed from the palette. Let's see. How beautiful it is. Wow, that's really pretty. Just adding that into my inner corner. Taking some on the tip of my nose. So we're pretty much done. I just have to do like my highlight. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of glazed to the tops of my cheeks. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the LA Girl lip liner in the shade Cafe. Alright, so now I'm going to take the shade called Girlfriend from Huda Beauty, and this is just a liquid lipstick. Just for a pop of something in the waterline, I added the LA Girl liner in Fresh. So this is the completed eye makeup. Alright guys, so for my final thoughts on the palette, I really enjoyed it. I felt that the eyeshadows packed on really smoothly onto my lid, and I mean they packed on really nicely and they blended out really beautifully. So I highly recommend this palette if you guys are interested in it. Like I said, it does look very familiar to the one from Violet Voss. So like I said, it does resemble the Violet Voss I Do Not Care palette a lot. But this one has a lighter pink. It doesn't have like a much of a raspberry, and it also doesn't have a shimmery light blue or any shimmery lilacs. So that is something to keep in mind if you guys are interested in getting it. Like I said, they are similar, but they're not dupes. So it's up to you if you would like to pick up that palette. But I personally really like the Glamlite formula, and I really do like Violet Voss, so I like both. So for my final thoughts on the palette, I really liked it. I would highly recommend it if you are curious to try it out. Like I said, it does retail for I believe $22. You can use the code GLAM15 to get some money off. So yeah, if you guys are interested in picking it up, I highly recommend it. I definitely want to try out more of the pinks and more of the shimmers, because I actually really liked how this look turned out. So that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. Definitely let me know if you guys have any more questions down below. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Just make sure you guys are subscribed to my channel before leaving. Turn on your post notifications and give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. And I'll see you guys all in my next one. Bye guys.